Hello, Miss Raylene. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, Elisa. Thank you for asking. How are you
My
doing?
boy Eric. Good. How you doing, Eric? I know the answer to that. I love you.
He says he's doing good, mama, and he misses
Mama.
you.
Yeah.
He's looks like he's dressed for summertime. He has a
Hmm.
rubber ducky that looks like he's going to a beach.
Oh,
I think it's funny because he might be a little old for a rubber ducky, but hey, Eric likes that stuff.
okay. He had rubber duckies in his bathtub all the time. I mean, when he was little. I don't know what he had in his bathtub. He took showers after a certain point. Anyway, we're going to talk about some astrological event. I understand that's going to happen
Yes.
November 8th. So take it away, Raylene and Eric.
Yes, ma'am, we most definitely are. We're going to be talking about the total lunar eclipse that's taking place November 8th of this year,
Okay.
and it's happening in Taurus. Now, Elisa, do you know what a total lunar eclipse is?
I know
So,
nothing. I see nothing. No, I don't.
a total lunar eclipse is where the moon is completely covered by the Earth's shadow. And so it's not something that happens often. Do you remember, I want to say back in 2015 or 2016, we were able to see the eclipse with our physical eyes. We had to just wear protection over them so that way our eyes didn't get like a hurt, essentially. Yeah. And so you can't see them often, and it is something that happens literally once in a blue moon, if you've ever heard that term.
Yeah.
And so this one you will be able to see it from like Germany, those countries over there. It's not going to be visible in the United States, but we're still going to have the impact.
Okay, let's talk about that. Interesting.
So the impact that this is going to bring for a collective, the collective of people, is it's going to bring closure, completeness, culminations, endings. These are also all about destiny. And so this is something that is supposed to happen. It's something that it can also be a little bit of a shock for some people, because you may have like a sudden job change, you may have a sudden relationship change. We do also have Scorpio that's playing a role in this total lunar eclipse. And Scorpio is all about death and rebirth. And so we may be experiencing a large number of people passing away. You might see it like within the communities of hospitals or nursing homes, anything that is community-based. And so we might have COVID that becomes a problem, and anything with illness. Being that COVID has kind of been the stigma of illness lately, it could very well be linked to a new strain, but it's not all bad. This is going to bring about change for the earth. And so where there's an ending, there's going to be a beginning. And so we may find out about a new antibiotic or antidote for COVID, to where we're not even needing to have vaccines the way that it's being mandated. Right. And so where there's an ending, there's going to be a beginning. And, when one door closes, another door opens. So if this is related to like a sudden job change, it's going to be for the better. You're going to find a better opportunity that's likely going to be more coordinating to the schedule that you want, and or bringing in additional income that you've been wanting. A lot of people may feel that they're not being treated fairly, or their compensation isn't what it should be. Mm-hmm. And so just because this is happening, it doesn't mean that you're going to get fired. This could be a person walking away from a job. Okay. And you may find that you walk away without having a backup. When it comes to relationships, this could be, so looking back at April of this year, if you were struggling with a relationship or a job during that time, and say you started to do therapy, or you started to work a little bit more to change the the problems, you try to fix something and it's just not fixing.
Yeah.
Now would be the time where it's coming to an ending. And so you're going to look at things that you were doing back in April of 2022. And if you were putting in an effort to make a change and you're not seeing the change, now it's going to be that push for you to bring it to an ending, and something new is going to come. Now, it doesn't mean that the new thing, job, relationship is going to present itself immediately. You may have a period of stagnant energy where this time it's supposed to be used for you to work on yourself, whether this is like preparing a new resume, looking at what kind of job you want, what type of environment you want to be in. Even when it comes to new homes, where do you want to move? Is it this state, or is it, you know, another state that I want to go to? And so you'll have a time where you have downtime to really dig into what it is that you want and where it is that you want to be, whether that's a physical place, a mental place, or an emotional place.
Oh,
And
so you're looking back at last April because it's that's the period of Taurus. Is that why?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And so we also had some partial eclipses during that time.
Oh,
And so this year we've had quite a bit of different eclipses that have taken place. And what the eclipses do is they bring about change. Now, what a total lunar eclipse does is it brings permanent change.
oh wow.
And so when we look back at October, the change that it brought may have been therapy. Or it may have been a change in work hours. It may have been like you changing babysitters. It could have been something that was supposed to work with you to stay in the current position that you were needing change. And so now that we are here in October and soon to be November, we're going to have the total lunar eclipse on the 8th of November. That will bring permanent change. And so it will bring the motivation to look for a new home, look for a new job, to change the situation that you've been making some effort in, but not seeing your goals really being met. And so it will bring about that type of change. The other thing that we want to look at is because we do have Scorpio that's playing a role with Taurus.
Mm-hmm.
Scorpio is very political. As I was saying, it's also death and rebirth.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about power. It's all about secrets. We may find that we have some type of earth problems like earthquakes. There may be some behavioral earthquakes, people really getting frustrated. There may be actual earthquakes or political earthquakes to where we're seeing things that are within the political community start to shake up. There's going to be secrets that come out within this. There's going to be a lot that's going to hit the fan in the whole political area.
You know, it's interesting because my husband is Scorpio and I'm a Taurus, and his name, Runa, means secret. So I think that's weird.
That is awesome. Actually, I like how that comes together.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know the whole relationship about Scorpio with secrets. That's cool.
Yeah, and it is. But, you know, some people, when you hear the word secret, it can be kind of intimidating because you don't exactly know what it is. But this could be a secret that is for the good. Like if something comes out about somebody doing wrong, and then that is addressed.
Truth.
And now,
another name for secrets is truth that's been covered up for a while. And the truth will set us free.
Absolutely. And not only the individual that's holding it in, but whoever it's impacting. And so lots of changes are going to come about. And when I was talking about like frustration being presented, well, the frustration is going to be because there's going to be something that is activating the frustration. This could be inflation. He's laughing at me. Do you know the word I'm trying to say?
Say it again.
Inflation or not inflammation.
Oh, well, no. What, Erik? Give a synonym that we both understand.
Where prices go up, where things in the economy start to
inflation.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, got it. Erik, you need to pronounce it more clearly.
He says, I'm doing it right. It's her.
Okay. Oh, it's
I'll give him
already
that.
his fault.
Um, so we may see a change with gas prices temporary, but when that does happen, it's not going to be long lived. It's going to go right back down because we're going to see where people are going to start to need help, and the government's not going to be able to provide um, that type of help to people that are really in need. We'll see housing assistance going up, food assistance, the lines for it going up. And so it won't last long.
Yeah.
But we will
What
see
won't
it.
last long? The help or the high prices?
The high prices, even with
Okay,
food
good.
on the rise, going
Yeah.
grocery shopping, because it's slowly increasing so much.
Yeah.
And so we'll see a decrease that will take place. It'll likely take about 3 months from November before we start to see that decrease in even the housing market, the food market, gas, things like that. But it will decrease eventually.
Okay. Awesome. People are hurting,
Um,
especially with winter coming up and heating oil and such.
yeah.
Not a very harsh winter.
Right. And, when you think about winter coming up and the cost for electricity, there's going to be people that are going to be in need of some form of electric help.
Yeah.
And there's only so much funding that's available. And so you'll see where it's forced to go down because government can't keep up with the needs of the individuals.
Well, we need to drill for more oil. That's all, we can't transition overnight to green energy. Unfortunately, I wish we could, but this is made of oil. So, but that's what's really driving these price increases, because we have to use fertilizer which is petroleum based, to, I guess, usually anyway. Everything's made using fossil fuels and trucked to the stores using fossil fuels and all that. So that's kind of like the basis of all price.
Yeah, it is the labor of bringing it. And not only that, do we have the source available with so much going on politically with Russia and Ukraine? We're losing a lot of source. We really are.
Yeah.
And so there has to be a time of like stagnant energy where there's not much going on, or there's not much that individuals can do.
Yeah.
Because of something that's not in control. So,
Yeah.
which Scorpio is it's also about control. It can also be about jealousy. When we think about the war that's taking place right now, it's likely happening because of jealousy that's there for whatever reason. They're looking at how much Ukraine has or how much Russia has, who has the bigger explosives, who can do the bigger damage and things like that. And so it all comes down to jealousy and control. Scorpio also is all about the Federal Reserve. And so we'll start to see changes within that. We'll start to see changes in people that are in Federal Reserve or in any type of governor.
Okay.
You'll see changes. We'll see new people that are going to start to take the seats. And so with that all surrounds like the secrets coming out, the truth coming out, and information coming out. Yeah. The thing that you want to make sure you don't do during this time is you don't scatter your energy. You don't give your energy away. You keep calm and you keep peaceful during this time, because there will be an individual that will try and trigger you in a way. This could be somebody at the gas station who's just had a bad day that's not even connected to you and, says something mean towards you. If you experience something like that, just give them a smile and be like, oh, I hope you have a wonderful day. Don't be negative back to the individual is the key role, making sure that you stay powerful in your own way, and that you're not giving your energy to somebody else, because you need that. You need it to maintain good mental health, good emotional health, and physical health.
That's right.
It has a lot of aspects when it comes to the human body of keeping your energy good and clean.
That's right.
going back to like the earthquakes and things that we may see, there is a water connection to this specific transit. So we may see flooding, we may see hurricanes, we may see any type of water disaster that could take place.
Okay.
And so it's usually going to be states that are really close to like an ocean.
Yeah.
So that's like Florida, California, Texas. You have a little bit of away from the ocean, but there's ocean about 4 hours away.
It's almost the end of hurricane season. So if it's going to come, it better hurry up.
Yes.
I don't know what the season is on the other side of the world where they have monsoons. I think it's the same period of time.
I think you're right. And that, touching base on that, we are in hurricane season, and we did get over a really,
oh God,
it was tragic. The last hurricane that we just had that came in from Florida.
Yeah.
Many losses took place from that. And so those are just things that will likely take place only because the degree that we have here is about water. Okay. But when something like that happens, there's going to be positive that comes from it. You may have a new house that gets built. You may have the ability to move to another state, and perhaps you've been wanting to move but haven't had, the ability to do that. And so this is pushing people into a different energy, and it's very forceful. And so it's going to happen regardless of if somebody likes change or doesn't like change. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
And so now, depending on where this is falling in your chart is how it's going to affect you directly. But what I just went through is kind of a basis for the collective. Now, I pulled your specific chart to see where this was falling with you. And this is affecting your 4th house, your 10th house, and your 9th house. So the 4th house is all about family. It's all about home and family. Okay. And so you may make some changes to your home. This could be like furniture related. This could be somebody moving in, somebody moving out. This can be selling the home for some people. Mm-hmm. Yours is not at a degree where you're leaving the home. It's where there's going to be like home modifications. And so if there's any changes that you wanted to do, it could be that. It could be you bringing in a person to shampoo carpets, to do like pool cleaning, anything of that nature, closing a certain area. This could be yard work. Mm-hmm. I know here in Colorado, we have to do, I think it's called irrigation, where we have to turn the sprinklers off because it'll freeze the pipes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And so it could be something like that where you're having to shut down something for weather purposes because winter's coming, water's coming. So that's the 4th house. The 10th house is all about public image, your professional achievements, your aspirations, your career achievements. So career achievements and professional achievements are a little bit different because professional achievements could be something that is professional to you, but you're not actually doing it in a career, like you're a doctor. But it's not something that you're practicing anymore. So it's professional.
Right. Okay.
You're very good at writing. You're a professional writer. And so this could be you doing more blogging. This could be something with the book that comes up for you. Okay. This could be editing of videos or of something that is with communication. Okay. And so you might have a lot more work that comes up in that area. Now, the 10th house is all about good karma, morality, ethics, and your spiritual growth, your spiritual values. It could also be religion, but it's more of like your spiritual house, what it is that you drive spiritually, and not necessarily belief system, but more spirituality. And so with that taking place, there could be some type of information that you put out there that has to do with channeling Erik in one way or another. And it also has to do with media. And so this may not be like your stuff that you do naturally, but this may be something connected more to video, some type of edit.
like the potential TV series. I mean, that's sort of the
Yes,
family. It's a story of our family that'll be based on. That's the fourth house. And then
yes,
the profession, the career. I mean, and then the communication media. Maybe I will
yeah,
edit the screen, right? What do you call it? Screenplay and all that stuff. I mean,
yeah,
if it happens, right? So yeah,
yes.
that totally makes sense.
So you'll have all that type of work that's coming in. And what's most important is it's also about good karma. And so all of the good that you do is really going to be put back out there and seen in a different light. And so it's already seen in a positive light. Just imagine more positivity put on top of that. And so whatever offers come to you, accept them with, an open hand, and it may be something that you may not have been ready for. They may change something, but it's going to ultimately move into something really good.
Okay.
And so even the video may be put into book form and distributed in two different ways,
Okay.
because you're very professional when it comes to writing. I love reading your stuff. That's actually how I first got introduced to channeling Erik. It was I had the book given to me, and then I looked
Oh,
up the
I remember
blogs from
that.
there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so mine was all about reading, and then I stumbled across videos. And so your writing is very good.
Oh,
So
thank you.
that's why I mentioned that. You're welcome. So for other people that may have this impacting those houses, you'll look for something similar, but everybody is going to have it affect their houses differently. And
Yeah.
so
And people get in touch with you. They can get a reading from you about how this is going to affect them in their different houses.
yes, yeah, and it would be an astrology reading.
Okay.
And they're very informative. It comes with a PDF of 15 to 20 pages of their birth chart. So that alone just tells them like their weaknesses, their strengths, what they're here to learn, possibly career ideas, or what they do for career. And so there's a lot that it touches base on.
What about couples? Can they get a reading to see, if there are problems or strengths in the relationship?
Yeah, this is called a relationship synastry report.
What?
And so if that is something that you want, I have to make it available on the website, but I do have that. You
Okay.
can still book astrology reading and just type in their relationship.
Okay.
And then you'll need the information for yourself and your partner. And if it's not somebody that you're in a relationship romantically, but you want to be, you can see what it would be like. And so
Oh,
they're
good.
very accurate. I've done them with friendships, with romance partners of myself, and they've all been pretty accurate.
That's
For the
awesome.
most part.
What about potential bosses?
So I've
That'd be good.
never
A
done
coworker.
it. You
Yeah.
can,
Yeah,
you
that'd be
can,
cool.
but
Well, how do I get in touch with you? It's a very
you
complicated web address URL. What is it?
it is very complicated. It is angelic astrological guidance 911.com.
Oh, that's not too bad. Angelic,
It is.
angelic astrological guidance 911.com. Okay, got it.
Yes. And
Angelic.
so,
Not angelical, it's angelic, right?
yep, angelic.
Okay, good. And well, that's okay. I got it. I'll forget it before the next time, though, I'm telling you. Because of me, not because of the URL. Anything
That's
else,
what Erik said.
Erik, you want to share anything? Or is there anything else you want to talk about before we close?
Yeah, he's telling people to be their authentic selves and just be who you are.
Yeah.
And he's saying to keep calm, keep yourself collective during this transitional period. Says we're here to experience change. Not everything will stay the same.
Yeah.
He says that would be pretty boring if it was something that we came here to experience the same thing. He says you're created to have different experiences, so embrace them.
Yeah.
He's saying go for a swim, go for a bath, get into water.
Oh, okay.
And he's absolutely right, because We do have the water degree that's taking place. You may see more people swimming. You may see more people just enjoying a bath. It does not necessarily mean catastrophe. It
Yeah,
could
not
be,
just flooding.
yes, it
Okay.
could be
Or
enjoying
it could be
it.
avalanches. I mean, that's the form of precipitation, right?
It is, yes.
All right.
Anything that is connected to water in a way. We can get snow. And now I'm looking outside right now and it's actually snowing. This is
Oh,
the first
cool.
snow.
Oh,
But
wow.
we can have just weather changes and not necessarily catastrophe that's going to take place. And so there could be positivity with it. This
That's
could be
awesome.
people joining like a swim meet if that's something that's been on your mind.
Yeah.
Look at how positive water can be for you.
Yeah.
And so look at both negative and positives.
Sounds awesome. All right. I love you both.
Love you too, Elisa. Erik is blowing you kisses. He says he loves you, Mama. Tell the siblings that he loves them,
I
the
will.
nieces, the nephew.
I will.
Does he just have one nephew?
No, I have two.
He has two
Wait.
now.
Yeah, two.
I just remember the one. He
Girls
was a
and two
baby
boys.
when I met him.
Oh, Easton, was it? Oh.
Yes, yes.
Oh, he adored you too. I remember that.
He did. He was awesome.
Okay.
All righty. It was
Bye.
good
Love you guys.
seeing you.
Good to see you. Be sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. Bye-bye.
Absolutely. Bye.